Don't lose our comrades, it's over that hill, it's over that hill. The Korn and Kock podcast, over
our comrades.
Fuck it, I fucked it up. That's just over that hill.
Alright, welcome to the episode 12, part 12 of
It's Cock on the Block.
This trek of wherever we're going.
It's the Korn and Kock. It's the Korn and Kock podcast, episode 12.
Welcome.
That's 2 times 6.
Actually, well, we done like 10.5, and then we did like a lost episode.
We keep mentioning the lost episode as if we didn't mention the lost episode last episode and the episode before that. We've mentioned it every episode since we've done the lost episode.
I know, right? It'll pop up eventually. When? We don't know.
We're here with special guest Bunny Bear. You might remember him from the Halloween episode. If you don't, he's my cat.
Wasn't? Oh, Cece was on episode 11.
Cece was on episode 11.
Episode 11.
Episode 11.
Right,
Anyways, today was a very wonderful day. We got a lot of stuff done.
Well, it wasn't like well, let me rephrase that. I was gonna say it wasn't eventful because it was. We didn't do like 1,500 things. We only did a few, but those few things
were fucking epic.
Oh, can I just interrupt really quick?
Yo,
look what Russell sent in the group chat.
It's like, who legitimately wants canes tonight? I'll work until midnight and I'll be hungry AF. Fuck you, Russell. See, what happened was last night, as of when we're recording this podcast, which is on Saturday, November 4th, 2017. Last night we went downtown to Tempe because Mayor was like, hey, who wants to get canes? And we were like, oh, we'll go. And then Mayor just never responded. But Russell was like, yeah, sure, we'll go. So we drove down to Cane's, and Russell went, I'm not hungry. I'm not getting anything.
Well, he claimed he didn't have any money. He's like, I don't have any money.
Yeah, sure. And he's like, I'm not getting it. He's one of those people who's like, oh, I'm not getting anything if no one else is getting anything. And Stone just got a drink, and I wasn't hungry, so I mean...
I purposely did that so Russell wouldn't feel bad that he would be getting something by himself, so... that's why I only got the drink there. And what happens? It blows up in my face when he's like, you're just getting a drink at Cane's. I want to be like, yeah, I'm getting it so you won't feel awkward, dude. And it backfired in my face. Yeah. I don't know. Anyways, before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Houston for winning the World Series.
Woo! Go Houston! Put in clap sound effect.
All right. And non-big shout out to LA.
Fuck you, Dodgers. Fuck you, Puig. Get Puig'd.
Yeah, good.
Your house got robbed, and that's funny. I'm just kidding.
Did you fart?
I did.
I
was so happy that Puig's house got robbed that I farted.
Then I farted. I'll pop you. Anyways. Yeah, Houston won, LA lost. That's great, but now I gotta wait until March to get anything baseball.
Did you know that anyways is actually not a word?
Anyways,
it's supposed to just be anyway.
You can't spell anyways with like an apostrophe.
Why would you do that?
Well,
what does the anyways own? What does the anyway own? That would make it possessive.
It owns my life. I don't know.
All right, Stone, you want to do a rundown of what we did today?
Well, all right. So last night after the whole Cane's debacle, before we parted ways, me and Alex were like, all right, so we're going to meet up tomorrow. And earlier in the week, I messaged the guys saying, hey, does anyone want to go hiking on Saturday? And no one really said anything. No one
fucking responded.
Well, Russell did. And
he was like, you hike? LOL.
Yeah. So
but it was just a passive-aggressive bullshit comment.
That's the only response I got. Then after that was a whole Cane's discussion. So anyways, after last night, I'm like, we're both like, okay, so I'll be back here around 2, then we'll either record and then go hiking or vice versa. And he's like, all right. So I woke up fairly early for me, and I took a shower, came over, and I got in, or we came over, he got in, and we get like 10 minutes down the road, and then Alex gets a text from his dad, and he's like, hey, where are you? And he's like, well, we're hiking.
No, I was like, I'm about to go on a hike with
yeah.
Stone.
Yeah, but he needed to go back to his house. So I was like, why don't we just, go back? We're not that far. We're not on the mountain. So we go back, and I'll let Korn take this part over.
So basically what happened is that I had a Mercedes, but it was owned by a bunch of dirty Bulgarians before we owned it. So there was a lot of shit that was wrong with it. Like the windshield was cracked. The inside looked like shit. Lots of problems with the engine. There was even a gas leak at some point. Like the fuel line from like where you put the gas into the engine was leaking. And if I did smoke cigarettes and I lit a fire in my car, it probably would have exploded. Which isn't too much of a bad thing because fuck me. So basically what happened was the license plate registration expired at the end of September, and apparently you have like 1 month to get it reinstated before the cops can pull you over for it. So I was basically riding out that thing because the thing is I have the check engine light on constantly no matter what we do to fix it. We tried to fix it. It's just always on. So we were like, I don't think this is going to pass emissions, especially since there's like problems with the transmission. The engine's kind of fucked. It's not going to pass.
I feel.
So we were just like, why don't we sell that and get a new car? And my dad was like, all right, sounds good. And so that's what happened. And we drove back to the house. And lo and behold, a fucking white Scion XB is sitting there in my driveway. And I was just like, holy shit. Because like when I was a little kid, Scion XBs, the cube ones, I'll put a picture up on it. I'll put a picture up on screen real quick. They're like cube cars. And when I was little, like, I thought that was the coolest shit ever. And I was like, Dad, you should get one. And he was like, you want me to? And he was like, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah, sure. And he got one. And he still has it to this day. And now I have one too. So we both have Scions. It's fucking awesome. And it's like, this old man bought the car, and he was the only owner. It had a lot of miles, but it was in the best shape out of all the cars my dad went and looked at. Like, not dripping anything from the engine. Good tires, good brakes, good everything. And it was just like, yeah. Now I have to worry about, transferring the title and getting insurance. But after that, I'm good to go. Plus, I got a new old job. I'm gonna work at the same Jimmy John's I used to, again.
Well, so we want to give a big shout out to the new car, which is going to be called
the Ice Cube.
The Ice Cube.
It's a white Scion XB.
Actually,
well, I already said it was a Scion XB. I'm retarded.
Well, when
Sorry.
I pulled up, I called it a dice block because it was white, and it just the first thing I thought of was a dice, like in any game, and then he said it was like a cube, and then me or I think it was Alex. One of us said Ice Cube, and it's a play on words, like an ice.
A brown motherfucker named Ice Cube.
That guy, or like an ice cube, so it's like a little play on words. So. Ice Cube, that was its name like a minute. There was like no consideration or anything.
It's really funny because our friend Aaron also has a Scion XB, but it's like green.
The green machine.
And green's my favorite color, so. But it's really funny because they're the exact same model of cars and probably at least a year apart from each other in terms of model number. So when he sees that I have like the same car as him, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
I wonder how many miles there is on Aaron's car because it doesn't drive that much.
He drives to and from work, and that's it.
I know, there can't be that many miles on it.
Dude probably parties like an animal behind our backs, TBH.
Yeah, I can see that. Well, he does on Snapchat when he posts. But anyways, what's Aaron's Snapchat name again? Yeah, don't.
Yeah, I'm not.
Or you could like censor it. But
I'm not gonna censor it. Don't make me do more work. I already have to edit 2 things.
What do you have to edit?
The picture of the Scion and the picture of the other thing.
What's the other thing?
I forget. Future me, call me an idiot for not remembering what I said less than 5 minutes ago. You dumb motherfucker.
So anyways, we get the car thing, and
that was epic.
It was. We rode around in it, and it rides good.
It's very nice.
But then after that, we
got back in the car and we were like, let's go.
So we went to, if you're in the Phoenix area, we went to Squat Peak. I think it's Squat Peak. It's not called Squat Peak with a T.
Squat.
I used to call it Squat Peak as a joke, but I think it's called Squat Peak. Anyways, we go there and we listen to the track. Well, we listened to the Desaturating 7
Again.
by Primus. But I waited till we got like in front of the mountain to play the trek because it was like, there's the top of the mountain. We're gonna, go up there, and it's Squat Peak, and it's kind of like an expert, hiking. It's not like a basic beginner one. It's pretty intimidating.
It's pretty intimidating if you're like 3 years old.
Yeah. Well, if you're like us, where you like hike twice a year and you're out of shape.
Well, it's difficult to climb, but it's not like daunting. It's just like, just gotta be careful.
Well, the other thing is like it's like so like tall and big. You go for like an hour and you're like, fuck, I'm still not at the top. Fuck this. I'm just gonna go back. So to get to the top, you really have to like put in a lot of effort just to keep going, because people just are like, fuck this, I'm done, and they leave. But and next time I'll show you. I'll take you to the mountain by my grandfather's house. That's like a little tiny mountain. We can get up and down that thing in less than an hour.
That's pussy shit, man.
That's pussy shit. So anyways, we do that, and we're going up. We're making small talk. We're talking, blah 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 blah.
Imitating SpongeBob, doing the fun shit.
Oh yeah, we did. And we went off path to.
Yeah, at some point we were just like, let's just go up there, and we like went off the path.
Yeah, because we looked at the. Well, first of all, we went the wrong way. Had we gone right instead of left, we would have, gotten there.
We came to the crossroads, and the crossroads was like, hey, Lamau.
So we're looking. We're like, shit. If we go around, it's gonna be like another 20 minutes. But if we go just straight up off path, it'll cut time. So we went straight up, and nothing happened. But it was a little, really steep, and we're not on a path. So if we get hurt, people are gonna be like, well, you didn't go on the path, so fuck you.
Well, here's the thing: you can still get hurt on the path. It's not like that's an impossibility.
Yeah, but when you tell that you weren't on path, people are just like, okay, well, I don't really feel sorry for you then. If you get hurt on the path, people are like, oh, you got hurt on the path?
Calling a fucking chopper.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. But you get hurt off path, it's like, walk it off, bitch.
Well, batch.
So we get up there, and we didn't get to the top. We got close,
because they closed it off.
Well, they closed it. I'm almost positive.
Closed it off by having a little sign that said area closed.
I'm almost maybe I'm thinking of a different mountain, but I know we can get to the top. But at that point the sun was going down, and it's starting to get dark, and hiking at night is not a good idea.
It wasn't really getting dark. It was sunset. It was sunset.
It wasn't getting dark, but had we been up there for like another 40 minutes, it would have been pretty dark.
Yeah.
And like I said, hiking with a flashlight's not that great.
I can only imagine.
I've only done it once. And I see on Snapchat people all the time, including Ben. Didn't he and Mare and Steven go hiking at night?
Ben, Steven, and Mare did a lot of things at night.
Didn't Colin go with them once?
Fuck Colin.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why hiking at night's like becoming a new thing with people my age. Like, what's the point? You can't see anything. You're even more paranoid than when the sun is out. So anyways, we get back. And
ow!
What the hell?
Fuck, I was just about to get up to let Bunny Bear out because he's by the door, and the motherfucker clawed my arm. Not badly, but he like jumped up on the side of the couch again.
What a douche.
Alright, continue. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Well, the whole time we were hungry before we even started hiking.
Oh yeah, we were driving along the freeway right next to the mountain. I was like, I'm hungry. And he's like, motherfucker, we're already there. And it's like, oh, it's okay. We stop at a gas station. He's like, we just passed a gas station. I was like, damn.
I know, like, literally when he said that, we just passed the exit. And I'm like...
But it's cool, because I stuck around till the end. It was fine.
Yeah, so after we were done, we wanted to go to Charlie's. And we were looking forward to it, too. So we listened to Dream Theater. That was very intriguing. So we get there, we get to PV Mall, we're eating Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks. And those were good. But also we were really hungry.
Well, I had the chicken California, and like... That's like chicken... ranch mayo, that's about it. But I also had like extra ranch and banana peppers, and those banana peppers made that sandwich. Let me tell you what, man.
They had banana peppers. I've never heard that before, or never heard of those things. So anyways, we get over there.
You said anyways like 7 times.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
So we get over there, and halfway through I look down. We're talking about conspiracy theories, and I look down at the ground and I see a $5 bill. So I get up and grab it, and then next to that's a $10 bill.
No. You looked at me and you pointed to it with like a concerned look on your face. I looked over and I saw the 10 and the 15. The 10 and the...
I didn't even see the 10 until I got up. So it's like, wow, there's $15 lying around. And it's kind of, it's not packed, but there's a good number of people in the food court.
There was a hot MILF sitting behind us.
Yeah. So we're looking around, and I'm like, what the hell? Because I wasn't paying attention, and no one's really claiming, because I'm standing there with $15 in my hand. No one's really claiming it. So I walk over to her. She was really hot.
She was really hot.
She says it wasn't. She's like, it's not mine, but I saw 2 kids running around. Maybe they dropped it. And I'm like, all right, well, maybe. So one of the kids walks back. I ask him. He's like, no, it's not mine. It might be my friend's. And I'm like, okay. So I sit back down, and we just put it on the table with a cup on it. And we're talking about what we're going to do with it. And Alex is like, let's split it. And I'm like, let's just donate it or something.
Well, I mean, only if no one claimed it,
Well, actually, I was going to give it to the what's her name?
To the MILF girl, yeah, I know.
To the.
But it's just weird to just randomly give someone fucking...
Well, no, it'd be weird if I gave it to her and like just stood there waiting for anything back. If I'm just like, here, I found this. We don't.
Here,
really
Merry
want it.
Christmas. I'm Jewish. Fuck you.
Yeah. That's on a quick side note. Of course, nowadays you can't really even say Merry Christmas without somebody.
You can't say Happy Holidays. You can't say nothing.
And
then if you say nothing, they also get offended.
I know. You're like, fuck. I can't do anything or say anything. So
fuck
eventually,
you, Bunny Bear. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I love you.
Anyways,
love you, buddy. See you later.
We're eating and we're getting close to finishing, and the kid runs over, and he's like, "Hey, I lost $15."
No, my friend lost $15, and Stone just hands him the money.
Well, I thought to myself, I'm like, that was probably not a good idea to just ask some random kid if he lost $15, because then he can just go over to some other friend and just say that he lost it, and then bam, they just got $15.
True, but I'm pretty sure those kids were the ones that dropped it.
Well, so it's like, I don't really care. And they're just like...
It's just $15.
Yeah, it's $15. It's like $3... Well, then again, $15 like a 12-year-old is like $100. So
True.
We just give it to them, and we went back, and the only thing that we didn't get done today that I wanted to, and I told Alex to remind me, we both forgot.
I remembered like the moment we pulled up to my house.
I know. I wanted to buy a highlighter. Just a highlighter. And I told him, when we got in the car to go hiking, I was like, remind me to get a highlighter before we come back. And he's like, all right. The second I put the car in park, and he's like, oh shit, we forgot the highlighter. And I'm like, and I thought about running to Office Max and getting one.
Why Office Max? There's a fucking Walgreens like right here.
Oh shit, yeah. But then I thought about it, and I was like, nah, I'll just get it. It's not important. But it's like the one thing that I really wanted to get done today.
I guess you could say that was the highlight of your day. Ba-dum-ts. You're like, outside looks very, very nice. I can't wait to go run out into the street later.
Yeah, I looked outside and I was like, there's my car.
Today's a good day to die.
This isn't Flatliners.
Oh shit. The new one? The remake?
No.
Or the old one?
The old one. I didn't see the remake. I would see it, but...
I don't even think it's out yet. Is it?
No, it's out yet.
It is?
Yep. Didn't do good.
That's probably why I haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, I know.
When I saw the trailer, it fascinated me. But then I found out that there was like an older version. And I was like, oh, so it's just a remake. It's not even an original idea. I
know. Well, 95% of movies are just other people's ideas. They put their twist on it. It's like, whatever. I was talking to a couple friends, and they were watching The Mummy Returns. You ever seen those movies?
I've never seen The Mummy.
Oh my god, the effects in Mummy Returns were god awful. And you know what they said?
What?
It was back in 2001. It was back in 2001.
Are you fucking serious?
And I'm like, dude, the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park in 1993 looked better than this. Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, came out 2 years after this one. The Matrix came out 2 years before this one. That 2001 excuse doesn't work with movies, all right? And it's the second movie. So they should have taken the money they made from the first one and put it into that, special effects.
No, but instead they blew it on hookers and blow.
Fuck. So what was I I was thinking, I'm like, how come movies nowadays, the special effects are just shit?
We talked about this in episode 8.
Well, I was thinking, the only conclusion I can come up with is literally, it's too hard. It's easier to just edit something on a computer when, so you don't.
No, because you need actual craftsmen.
Well,
That's the problem.
You have to actually put some effort into it. And directors just go like this. They take a camera, wave it around. All right, we'll just add everything in post.
Hey, let's have a very detailed, very choreographed fight scene, but also have the camera moving like, ugh!
That's another reason why I can't watch Marvel movies, because there are so many damn edits. It's like, does the director even do anything? I feel like the director just walks over, turns the camera on, waves it around in the air, and just calls it a day. And the editor nowadays does more work than anyone else. I mean,
True.
Shit. Director has like the easiest job nowadays. Well, producer does. Producers basically go, I'll give you money. Or they go, fuck you, I don't want to give you money.
Fuck you. You ain't getting a cent out of me.
But yeah, next time you watch a Marvel movie, when there's an action sequence, just watch how many seconds go by before they change to another scene or another edit. It's probably about 2 seconds.
Well, I'm gonna go see Thor Ragnarok tomorrow, so
Thor Ragnarok.
I'll keep that in mind.
Shit.
It's gonna be opening weekend though, so it's gonna be probably busy. There's probably gonna be at least one like fat Mexican kid who won't shut up during the movie. That's what I hate seeing movies in theaters. By the way, no, it's like whenever I go, I always have to be like the only one there, or have to be with a friend, because if it's like opening night and there's tons of people, like last few times I've gone. Excuse me, I keep yawning. I'm very tired. It's just there's like been like a fat Mexican guy next to me who just breathes like.
I know, right?
And I'm just like, dude, why the fuck are you here? Like Zane hates going to the movie theaters.
He does.
Because people, but like, it's a well-founded hate, and I'm starting to see more and more his point of view. The story that really got me was he told me this one time he went to go see, I forget what movie, but up at his college there was like a movie theater where you could just go see movies for like cheap, and he was all right, sorry for that abrupt cut. My mom busted in. She was like, yo, I need you to go get mustard and Coke. And I was like, bruh, that's illegal. Just kidding.
She thought we were live.
Well, we got to do Korn and Kock plays on Twitch one day.
Twitch? What's that?
It's a video game streaming site where like people play video games live.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but as I was saying about Zane's story, so he was out seeing, I don't know, whatever movie, and he was in the theater, and he was just trying to enjoy himself, have the best time he can, and there was a fucking blind guy sitting right behind him. Uh-oh. Oh, wait. No. I'm getting this all wrong. His parents went to go see a movie. His parents went to go see a movie. With them? No, it was just his parents. But his parents told him about this. Because, like, Zane never goes to the movie. The only time last time he went to go see a movie in the theater was Blade Runner 2049. And then the last time he did before that was The Force Awakens. So, yeah, I was surprised about that, too.
No, I'm not surprised.
But, was that a little bit double bass action? I hope that comes up.
It should.
Okay, but, yeah, I think it'll come out. But so they were seeing whatever movie, and there was a blind guy sitting behind them with like this lady throughout the entire movie, just explaining what was going on. So like, okay, so the main character is walking around there, and he's got brown pants on, and he's got a huge, like, you can see the bulge in his pants where his wiener's supposed to be, and oh no, he fucked that girl in the ass right there. Just the entire movie.
Wait a second. When did they do this?
Like a while ago.
They specifically hand out special things for that.
I know, but like
this must have been before.
No. It was pretty recent. Like last year recent probably.
That's stupid.
Yeah, those people
have stuff for that.
Look, dude, I have nothing wrong with people with disabilities, but if you're fucking blind, you shouldn't be seeing a fucking movie.
Well, not just that. No, if you
in theaters, I mean.
If you're blind, go to the movies. That's fine. But they have equipment specifically for that. You wear these headphones and you hear a voice explain the movie.
Just because you're disabled doesn't mean you should ruin things for other people. You're like,
yeah,
don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say, but I'm just gonna...
Hey, that's on me. That's on Korn. Don't drag Kock down with me.
Don't drag
Kock
down.
But that's the story.
All right, here, I wanted to try some... I was telling Korn about this before we started. We're gonna try a new segment. Basically,
It's Korn on the Kock. I'm just kidding. Stone's face. He was like...
Basically, we're gonna take turns writing. I'm gonna have my phone. One of us writes down a sentence and give it to the other person, and the other person has to say it without laughing. So I'm gonna write something. Korn doesn't know what it is.
I have to just like be funny though, so we can't just have silence while you're.
Well, no, but the thing is I'm gonna say something. You have to read something really stupid, but you can't laugh.
I know.
Right, now let me try to think of something.
I've been noticing a lot that Dream Theater is like very video gamey. All their songs are just like, they sound like video game soundtracks. They're really complicated, but it's just like, hey, I could see this being like a boss fight. Are you ready?
I know. Yeah, you got a good point. Okay, so, all right. Ready?
I'm ready.
All right, read this.
Give me a minute.
You can't.
Shush, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
All right. This is the first time he's seeing this. Can you read it?
Flapjack titties on a Sunday morning.
Okay, you got through it.
I'm sorry, I laughed before because I saw it and I was like, oh
right.
no.
Now give me one.
Okay.
Oh no. No, yeah, you're right. Dream Theater. The thing about Dream Theater is they have a lot of, songs that can go for soundtracks to music, or soundtracks to like a movie, a video game. Or like background music, whatever you're doing. Oh god! Don't make it too long. Just
sorry.
Maybe keep it short.
No. Don't worry. I won't make it like a paragraph.
Oh boy. What are you gonna make me say?
Well, it's gonna be a surprise. Now that was the whole point, wasn't it, Stone?
Yeah, but I'm worrying about what you're gonna get me to say.
Okay, I gotcha.
All right.
He can't do it.
All right.
Come on, man.
I'm trying. Okay, here we go. I deflowered a jar of Skippy peanut butter.
Shit.
What the?
You actually pulled through.
I somehow, barely.
Okay.
Oh, talk about the South Park really quick.
Oh, dude, it's very refreshing for South Park to finally go back to the individual, like, storyline episodes, where, like, each episode is its own thing rather than, like, a story arc that's told throughout the season with, like, little bits and pieces of, like, individuality in the episodes. It's really refreshing after, like, 4 seasons of just, like, hey... This is going to be the plot of the entire season, faggots. Have fun with Stan's dad being Lord. I mean, that was pretty funny. But...
All right,
I am Lord, yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we
go. Shit. See, I was going to just go right for it, but like I saw it and I was like, no.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
Tit prick my ass, that's a good deal.
I feel like if you smile...
Yo!
Well, you did it. I'll allow it. But if you can say it without smiling...
Then you get bonus points.
Then you get bonus points. All right, now give me one.
Okay.
I'm going to write down this new quote-unquote segment idea. I'm going to put... Got to write this shit down in my official Korn and Kock notebook that I bought at Office Max.
Yeah, branded Korn and Kock by Korn and Kock. Not for resale, unless it's by us.
All right. I am... Yeah, the new South Park season. I thought it was going to be a story arc, so I didn't even watch it. And Alex told me he saw the first episode. And I'm like, it's probably a story arc episode, so whatever. And apparently it's not. Each episode is its own its own thing. So I'm like, shit, I should have watched it. But, it's 21 seasons. I'm going to watch all of them when I get around to it. I have the first 5 seasons. I just have to get around to, watching it. This Coke actually still tastes pretty. This Coke tastes pretty good.
Even though it's been like kind of watered down for sitting there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah, and there's no ice left in it. I don't like a lot of ice in my drink, but you do need some ice in your drink.
Especially with Coke. All sodas really need... Did we talk about that? What's kind of sodas taste good with
No.
like that need ice in order to enjoy?
We've talked about sodas, Coke versus Pepsi. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm just going to try to say it without,
Okay, go for it. See it.
All right. I would totally...
You can't.
No, I
You started and you were like...
I read the first 4 words and I couldn't. Okay, all right. I would totally have sex with a Blu-ray copy of Shaun of the Dead. It's hard. You can't just launch right into it without laughing. You have to like study it over. But that was a pretty good one.
I know what I'm going to do for my next one.
Oh,
you know what I haven't mentioned like at all? Mario Odyssey. Like, I haven't talked about Mario Odyssey at all.
yeah.
Dude, that fucking game, it's so good. There are some things that are bad with it. I won't deny that there's flaws with it. But it's such a good fucking game, dude. And it's a rightful successor to Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine. Without spoiling anything, it's sad that they don't, like, for people who haven't played it if they're watching this, it's sad that they don't reference Mario Sunshine at all. They may put it in as DLC. They might, like, make a level based on Mario Sunshine. Which I hope they do, because that would be lay epic.
Lay epic.
It would be lay epic. But other than that, like, the game itself is pretty good. Only gripes I have with it, most of the moons are very easy, not very challenging to collect. There's a lot of variety, though, which I like. Like the mini games and, like, little mini areas you have to, get the moons. Oh, you're cracking yourself up with this one. I can't wait. Another thing is that the bosses are way too easy. It's like there's making a game for kids, and then it's just making it for brain dead retards.
I got it.
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? Oh, what are you gonna? You just gonna go right in?
No, I'm gonna
You
have
should
to
try. You should try.
I'm gonna lose.
You just see
Okay,
if you can do
fine.
it. Are you
Fine,
ready?
I'm
All right,
ready.
go.
I would totally balance my checkbook to my dog farting the Jaws theme song.
I knew it.
What the fuck?
I knew it. I saved the best part for last.
Oh my god.
Can you do it?
To my dog. I would totally balance my checkbook to my dog farting the Jaws theme song. Once you get the initial shock over with, then you can do it pretty easily, but like...
I know.
Man.
I wanted to save the shocking part for last, because I knew if you got started, you feel a little confident. But once you throw in, your dog farting, that just makes anything funnier.
I can hear my little brother squealing like a fucking billy goat
Is that
in the other
Feezy?
room. It is.
Holy crap.
He's like reaching notes I didn't think male
I didn't
voices
hear-
could ever get.
I haven't heard male hit that high note since James Labrie hit that F sharp on the Learning to Live track on Images and Words.
What about Mike Patton where he's like...
Oh.
I can't. Okay, I'm going to put a link in the description to Mike Patton his vocal range.
Yeah, vocal
It's
range.
this guy
This guy
is fucking amazing. I haven't listened to him scream in a good long while, but they're such good screams.
Well, we only listen to him scream when we go to Dutch Bros, and we just blare it so all the white, girls can hear us.
It's still funny.
Oh, it's hilarious. Going to Dutch Bros and just playing bullshit music with the windows rolled down it's funny because people look at you like, and they're like, I'm in school. What the fuck are these people doing? And you're like, fuck you, I work. Well, I'm in school. It's like, does that make you a better person? I'm not saying I'm a better person because I work, but we're both pricks, so let's do this together. And when I say let's do this together, I don't mean sex. Unless it's a woman, then I'll consider it. But I don't know.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Here we go. All right.
Get ready. Just go for it. Go for it. Yeah, no, that should be a rule that you just have to say it like in the first way, and if like you see it and you have to read it right away, and if you laugh, you're just out.
Okay. Dude, I would totally get an elbow job from the pretzel concessions man at Chase Field.
Fuck! You did that pretty well.
Damn, I almost lost it when you said elbow job.
Elbow job. I was like, what's the most obscure fucking job you can get?
You know, I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna look that up later.
Elbow job?
Yeah.
It's probably a thing.
If foot jobs are a thing, elbow jobs are probably somewhere out there.
What would be more obscure? Eyelid job?
Fucking eyelid. You know, there's a song called "Eyelid's Mouth." Isn't that
Well, that's not too.
Well, doesn't that put a disgusting image in your head though?
Just you look at someone's eyes and they're just teethy mouths,
Yeah, it's
and they're
like
like laughing at you.
like eyelid mouth or whatever.
But yeah, Mario Odyssey. It's a good game. You should buy it. If you don't have a Switch, you should buy a Switch. You cuck.
Alright, I'm gonna do one more, and then you do one more. Then that'll be the end of
That'll be the end of
this untitled segment.
Let's just call it "Don't Flinch."
Nah, let's call it Let's call it that.
Let's
Silence.
Silence.
No,
Let's
no.
call it long dramatic pause because we're unoriginal.
Let's call it
Let's call it Bunny Bear's Bunny Scare.
Bunny Scare.
Bunny Bear's Bunny Scare.
All right. So Mario Odyssey.
I just want to play Minecraft on my big brother's Xbox.
So Mario Odyssey. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 7 being the highest, where do you rank it?
Where do I rank it?
And I did not stutter.
I would probably. I'd probably give it a 7, a solid G out of purple.
But why is purple?
Purple is my favorite number of the alphabet.
Oh, fuck. How did you come up with that?
I don't know. I said it during the wedding podcast.
Did you?
But I did, and you thought it was funny. But then I said it weird. I was like, I said purple is my favorite letter of the alphabet, and so I changed it to number so it would be funnier. So it would be more lay random and lay epic XD.
Lay epic and lay XD. What does XD mean again?
It's just supposed to be like the smiling face, but with your eyes closed. So you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah.
Like you see Pac-Man. You see Pac-Man how he's winking on the amiibo up there. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But imagine both of his eyes are like that. RAR XD. This guy comes up to your girl at GameStop and slaps her ass and goes, "RAR XD, what do you do?" You go grief his fucking Minecraft server. That's what. You have to like. I know I keep bringing up Minecraft, but like. Saying like, dude, I'm gonna grief your Minecraft server so fucking hard. It's like such a funny like way to threaten somebody.
Remember that thing you said with James and Lars?
Oh yeah, like the Snapchat where it's like, dude, if you fucking smudge my Les Paul, I'm gonna grief your Minecraft server so hard. Syria is gonna be thankful they don't get bombed that bad.
Like I remember my uncle told me he lit fireworks off and something went wrong and they flew into the apartment complex next to his house and then just blew up. And I was like, what did that look like? And he's like, it looked like the U.S. was attacking Syria. And I was like, that's a good description. I got to use that for something. Anyways, you ready?
I'm ready.
Wait. All right. Now you just got to go for it. All right, go.
Prison Sex by Tool is good to listen to when you're watching two mice humping a doorknob.
Dang.
It's not that. Shit, I almost dropped your phone.
It wasn't that good, but I thought I could get you.
Oh, shit.
What is that?
Ben just sent a video.
Of what?
Of Russell molesting me when we were drunk the other night.
Oh, God. I don't know if I want to watch that.
Dude, it was weird. Russell, like, can't control himself when he's drunk. Like, he has no, like, inhibitions. Like inhibitors, I should say, to, like, keep himself in check.
I don't know. Maybe Russell...
So he was like, you want to throw down, bro? And I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. And, like, I was about to, do the whole slap fight thing. Like, be like, no, stop. But the motherfucker goes to grab my crotch from underneath and, like, flips me over onto Ben's bed and jumps on top of me. And I'm like,
fuck.
I mean, I was just going to fuck around, but I didn't know you actually wanted to fight.
Russell's the kind of person who would fight dirty in a fight. You know what he did? There's, like, when I felt really bad for Aaron when he was drunk, when Russell took a towel and just towel whipped him.
Like, dude, really hard.
That towel, that was so loud. You could have probably heard that thing across the street.
It was like an atom bomb.
I mean, it was like, well, that would. I don't know. That was...
Stop clipping the mic.
I'm trying to like emphasize how loud it was. And Aaron, it was almost like he got shot in the head with a gun. He fell to the ground before you can even blink. And Russell's in the back, drunk Russell's standing in the back, and he's like, eh. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't plan for that. I didn't think he would actually grab a towel and start whipping people. And I actually thought about leaving at that moment, just letting you guys like duke it out for 30 minutes.
Oh, like just going to the gas station or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like, all right, guys, I gotta go take a phone
I gotta
call.
go be anywhere else. I'll see you later.
Yeah. All right. This podcast is brought to you by.
Ooh.
Oh, you gotta. Countdown by Rush.
Ooh. It's the countdown till the end of my miserable existence. Ew.
I mean, same.
I was gonna ask you earlier.
What?
What's your favorite color?
Blue. My second favorite color is green, and my third favorite color is a tie between black and red.
Mm.
What?
Didn't know you were a basic bitch. I'm just kidding. You're like, fuck you. My favorite color is blue. Not blue, sorry, green. But like a more like lime greenish. And then my second favorite color would probably be like shit, I don't know. Shit, man, I don't know.
Shit out of luck.
Probably like some kind of like reddish orange, you know.
Reddish orange.
Yeah.
Toss me the pigskin, fam.
Yo. Ooh. Ooh, wide receiver, cop that shit, run into the fucking end zone.
I'm just looking at old podcasts and like little quotes I wrote down, and the first one, it was toss me the pigskin, fam. And I remember you said that in like less than a minute. And when you said that, I was like, this is a good idea to record the podcast.
This is a good idea.
And I wrote Edgeworth is a bro.
Is this the recollection episode?
I'm just looking at like quotes.
Dude, Edgeworth is a bro. One day you should play the Ace Attorney series. Edgeworth is a fucking G.
I should. There are a lot of things I should do, man.
Zane should fucking play them, but he's got college and actual priorities.
Well, I mean, eventually I'm gonna go back to school, and I'm not looking forward to that.
Well,
But,
hey, at least you'll be able to get your fucking associates and just have it.
And I'll stop being a disappointment to my family. Because the second I told them I'm thinking about it, they're like, oh, yes, thank you. It's like, geez, what were you guys thinking about the last couple years? Because, I tell them I go to...
Well, I mean, you are working, so it's not like you're doing nothing.
I know I work and I go to concerts, but when I go to concerts, I show up, watch the band, and then leave. I don't know what they're thinking that I'm doing.
Yeah, so it's not like even like you're like being a degenerate. You actually have priorities and shit.
Well,
you're a responsible young man.
Looking back, I don't know if I say that, but looking back, there's only one podcast that we did that there was no song that was brought to you by, and it was the lost episode.
Thick. Yeah, because like halfway through, I was just really upset, and I was like, we can't do this.
Looking back, episode 7 was good. That was the viewer mail. That still pisses me off. And then, yeah, it's fun now that we have, like, memories to look back. That's why I write this shit down.
Memories.
Fucking shit.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know what else to talk about.
Well, let me just say this.
I'm just kind of too tired to be original or funny.
Is today Saturday?
Today is Saturday, yes.
Fuck. Well, it's been real.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
I'm just like, this is the lamest part of the year because baseball just ended and I'm like, yeah, World Series and everything. But now there's just nothing. They play like, the baseball classic in March, but no one cares about that. So I gotta wait until at least March to get some kind of baseball stuff. There'll be trades and everything, but I don't know. Unless it's a big trade, no one really cares. So now I'm gonna watch hockey.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I do.
What about football? Football season started.
Yeah, I don't care about football.
No one I know cares about football. And that makes me happy because I absolutely do not give a shit about football.
Well, no one cares about hockey.
Well, the only reason I don't really give a shit about hockey is that one video you sent me where that guy got his like neck split open
Oh, that was a fluke thing.
It was a fluke thing,
That
but
was
Jesus
back-
Christ, did you see how much blood he lost
but
in
that
like a
was-
second?
That was back when they didn't have the throat, protector. Now they do, so that stuff doesn't happen.
It was fucked up, man.
Oh no, yeah, it was fucked up, but
Oh, no, it was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
no. Yeah, so I watch during baseball season, hockey's not on. And when hockey starts, baseball season is just ending, and when hockey ends, baseball starts. So that's how I get through the year. Yearly. Every year. And with that said, I'm gonna tell a story
Oh, boy.
that that Korn has been begging me to tell.
Oh, you know it. It's been coming on for the past, like,
4 podcasts or something.
not the past 4, but, like, it started in, like, episode 7. I'm like, you're going to tell the story, right? And he's like, no, next time is your time. Oh, and then what about next time? I was like, oh, no, Ben's telling the story next time. And we're like, fuck! But don't worry, we'll have Ben on another time.
Well, we're gonna have Russell on, but he's working.
He was working, so it's probably going to be next week, maybe.
Hopefully. I'm gonna tell the story of how I lost my virginity. So hopefully,
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. Strap in, motherfuckers. Here we go.
I hope you haven't been waiting for this moment because you have. That's pretty fucking sad.
Well, I haven't been waiting, but I mean, like, this story is
Well-
always really funny whenever you tell it. So
Well, I was
it's
gonna
just
say
like,
you've heard it before,
I
but
know.
the microphone hasn't. So I'm gonna tell it to the microphone.
all right, microphone, you piece of shit AT 2020.
Hopefully,
I should have gotten a snowball.
Hopefully, none of my family will listen to this. That was good English. Hopefully, my family will not watch this one or listen to it. And if you are, sorry.
What, do they not know that you've lost it?
Well, you don't exactly tell them, hey, I lost my virginity, but you don't really bring it up. You just kind of like float around.
You're just like, hey, has it happened yet? And you're kind of like, you shrug your shoulders, and it's like,
If you-
take that as a yes.
Dude, you're telling me if like your uncle just came up to you.
I don't have an uncle.
Okay, pretend you had a family member that just walked up to you at Thanksgiving reunion and they're like, hey Alex, have you lost your virginity? What do you do in that situation?
I'd be like, fuck yeah, my dude. Then dab vape, and then also drive away on my hoverboard.
Drive away. You can't drive a hoverboard, fam.
Yeah, you can with your weight. Anyway, tell the story.
So basically, 2 years ago, I was working at Harkins, and
Oh no.
at the time, I created a little like social group. I took some people to a couple places. One of them was called Kush Kingdom, which is basically a sewer line.
Yeah, you fucking told. That was after we told you about that.
Yeah, it was like months after you guys showed me. So one night I was like, hey, we should go to this place called Kush Kingdom. So I showed it to them. They loved it. And then on another night I was like, hey, we should play Cops and Robbers. So I showed them that. They loved it. So
Explain what Cops and Robbers is to people who don't
it's
know.
like a very intense version of Tag and Grand Theft Auto in real life. You start at point A and you have to get to point B, and you're on foot, and people drive around in a car and they have to get out and tag you. So you hide from the cops and you get from point A to point B. So they loved that game. So I became like this little underground celebrity. Managers didn't really care,
Managers never care about anybody at work. It's fine.
but all the coworkers loved me. So eventually I woke up, and this is when I had 2 jobs. So I'd wake up at 2 and go to work at 3:30, sometimes 4, get off at 12:30, go to the warehouse, do the newspapers, deliver that, get off, get back to the house at 6 a.m., go to bed, wake up, and then just do the same thing.
Sad day.
Yeah, and I was somehow in a band and doing drum covers during that whole thing. So I did that for about 9 months. I don't know how. But anyways, I woke up one day, my phone was just blowing up. And I'm like, what is this? So I look at the phone. Somebody Snapchats me, you got to text this person. And somebody else is like, you got to talk to Josh. And Josh messaged me. And he's like, dude, I got to talk to you. And I'm like,
He messages you and he's like, dude, I gotta talk to you, but only in person.
Well,
So you're like, what the fuck?
no, yeah. And I look at the clock and it's like 3:30. I got to be at work at 4. And I'm like, well, I'll just see him at work. So I get over there. And I go up to him. I'm like, dude, what the hell's going on? Why are all these people messaging me that you need to talk to me? And he just straight up looks at me and he goes, dude, Sam wants to sleep with you. And I'm like, excuse me? Sam? And he's like, yeah, she wants to sleep with you. And I'm like, does she know who I am?
Does she know who I am?
Yeah, I'm like, does she know I'm me? And does she know I'm a virgin? She's just like,
Hold on, I gotta do a bit.
what?
Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? You're Mr. Stevens. He's head of catering. No, I am not Mr. Stevens. I am Darth Vader. You his brother.
The hell?
You ever heard Eddie Izzard?
Oh yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's like his fucking Death Star bit.
Death Star bit.
No, seriously, it's pretty funny. It's like, this is not a game of who the fuck are you? I am Vader.
Fuck. That's pretty funny, man.
You Mr. Stevens, head of catering.
Head of catering.
Oh, it's so funny. All right, anyways, continue. I'm sorry.
Well, anyways, he's just telling me she wants to sleep with you.
Anyways.
She wants to sleep with you, and I'm like, I'm just surprised, and I'm like 2 minutes away from starting my shift, so now I gotta go to work, and she's working at the same shift with me, so now I have to stand next to her and pretend like I don't know this when I totally do. We both do. So he's just saying, you gotta make a move with her like tonight. And I'm like, why tonight? And he's just like, you just have to, man. She could lose interest. And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
It's a fucking kangaroo court where other people are controlling your love life.
Well, I was like, what the hell, man? I'm a virgin, and I just walk into work, and I'm just thrown this. And I'm like, okay. So I do the shift, and then after I got off at like 11 or 11:30, and she was working, and I talked to some other people, and we all agreed to play cops and robbers. So I invited her, and she's like, all right. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So then we meet up at John Carlos' house. Oh, no, it was Vanessa's house. We meet up at Vanessa's house. Then we go to the spot, and we're playing, and fucking everybody knew what was happening. I swear, everyone came up to me at least once, and they're like, so you gonna do it? You made a move? You made a move? And I'm like, can you just back the hell up, please? What the hell am I supposed to do?
Back the fuck up! Back the fuck up!
So they're all just like, you gotta do something, I'm like, I fucking know, I'm trying to think of something. And it's like midnight, so, well, but I'm gonna be up because I still have to do the newspapers. So the game is pretty much over, and we're all sitting around talking, and I look at Sam, and I was like, hey, I have to go, do the newspapers. Do you want me to give you a ride back to your place? Wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And she's just like, yeah, all right. So she gets in the car, and everyone's just looking at me. They're all giving me this look. They're like,
my man.
Yeah, they're all giving me that Jack Nicholson anger management look when he's like,
oh yeah, where he's nodding his head slowly.
Yeah, and his eyes are just big. So she gets in the car, and I just pretty much straight up bring it up. And I was like, so I heard so-and-so. And she's just like, yeah, that's correct. And I'm like, but why?
But why?
I don't know if I said that, but
why?
I probably said something like that. But why? So we go to the warehouse, and it was a Monday. It was a Monday paper, which is like nothing. It's nothing. So I'm thinking to myself, I was like, if I can just get this thing done, and it doesn't even take an hour, I can just get it done, and then we can just get it over with.
Just bone at her house.
Just bang. Yeah, so
Mac and bang.
So she comes to the warehouse, we're doing it, and I swear I have never seen myself move that fast before. Other than me playing drums on a few songs, I have not moved my arms that quick before.
Was she just standing there the whole time?
No, she was helping out. Like, I gave her like a little pile of 50, and I did like, the other 100, and I'm like flying through, like, and she's like,
like so like gently and cautiously.
She's going like super slow, and I'm like Super Saiyan this shit.
Super Saiyan?
Super Saiyan. Sorry.
Do you even watch Dragon Ball?
Sorry. It's been like 10 years since I've seen Dragon Balls.
Dude, Perfect Cell is still the best villain.
So we get the papers, and we go, and we start the route, and you've been on the route. It's very hard to rush it. You can only go so quick. So I finished the...
Fuck off, CC. We're at the end.
So I finished the apartment complex. I'm starting the route, and I'm trying to go as fast as I can. She's handing me newspapers, and I'm like, oh, God.
I thought you were going to say nudes, and I'm like, my man.
Yeah, she's handing me nudes as I'm throwing them out the window. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Throw them out. So we get halfway through the route. We're starting to talk, and we were like, you want to just do it right now? And I'm like, in the middle of the route? On top of these newspapers? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right. So we crawl in the back seat, and we start, and I'm laying there, and I'm uncomfortable, and I'm like, I stopped. I was like, I think I'd rather do this in a bed for my first time, and I'm also kind of uncomfortable. And she's just like, okay. So she puts on not all but most of her clothes, and then we finish the route, and I'm driving back to the house.
What, was she just like in a bra the rest of the time?
No, she had like a shirt on and stuff. But so after this, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go back to my house. It's a school day. No one's at the house, so I'll have the whole house to myself. It's good. And I thought to myself, I was like, wait a second. Today's a holiday. Everyone's at the house.
Everyone is home.
So I'm driving. And you know that feeling when you know you're gonna get laid and you're basically driving to your destination, and then something happens and you realize it's not gonna happen. That was me. So I drive back to the house and I'm like, oh shit. And I turn the corner. There's my dad's truck. There's, my sister's there. And I think my mom's car was there. And I was like, fuck. And I look at her and she knows. And she's like, well, do you just want to wait tomorrow? And I looked at her. I was just like, no, this is going to happen today. Somehow, some way it's going to happen. She's like, where are we going to go? And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know.
You got any ideas? And she's like, we can go to Vanessa's. And I'm like, our friend's house where we just were? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
So we drive over, and we were just there like 5-6 hours ago. So we get over there, and it's like 5:30, 6 in the morning. It's like 6 in the morning. Everyone went to sleep in a normal time except for us. So we come in through the back door. Vanessa comes out, and she's all tired, but she thought we already did it. So she comes out, she's just like, hey guys. And she's like half asleep, but she's fully
aware of the situation.
She's just awake enough to know the situation. She's like, hey guys, so how was it? And we both look at each other and we're like, it was good, it was alright. And she's like, oh, that's so cute. And then she walks away, and then we look at each other and we're like, now we do it. But we're at a friend's house. We're not at her house. We're not at my house. We're at a friend's house, a coworker that I'm gonna see later today when I go back to work. So
I'm gonna see later.
So we're like. So we start making out on the couch and everything, and it was like it was that time. And when you lose your virginity, you know when that time comes, and you're kind of putting it off as long as you can, but you're like, okay, I can only put it off for so long, man. Well, also people do it because they're like a little nervous, and they're like trying to hold on to that little bit of innocence.
I guess.
I mean, that's what I was doing. I don't know. But I was also just nervous and everything. Because you see 1,500 porn videos, but until you actually do it. How's that going to go? So, I remember I put the condom on. And the sun is coming up. So, it's like starting to shine in. And Vanessa's just in the other room, like half awake. Or asleep. I don't know. So, we start. And I think we tried me on top, her on bottom. That didn't really work because I just don't really know what it's like and everything. So I laid on my back and she got on top of me, and then then it worked, and I was like, this is how. I was like, that's what it feels like. Okay. So we start, and it's just kind of slow, and my legs are out like this. They're just out straight. Mm-hmm. And like 2 minutes into this, I'm like, shit, I'm like tired, man. How do these 40-minute porn videos do it? So, I bent my legs up, and I got this energy burst, a huge energy burst, and I was just like, oh, fuck yeah, here we go. So I started going, and I heard a change in her breathing, so she, like, immediately enjoyed it, and I was just like, oh, fuck yeah, here we go. So we're going at it. We switched, because she said...
My mom's gonna hear this one day.
Better fucking not. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry.
She's not. I don't think she's gonna judge you, but it's probably gonna be like,
yeah, I know,
we're talking about this.
Yeah, I know. I'm really sorry, but we're already in too deep. That's what she said. Anyways, so we switched because she said her knee hurt. So but the problem is she was really short and I was really tall. So with me on top of her, it was basically like I was making love to the couch. So I was like, this isn't really working, because she like came up to my chin, but that was it. So we switched back around and we're still going. But I'll be honest, I didn't know if I would know when I finished. I didn't know if it would just slip out and then you pull out and you're like, oh, I already came. All right. So like I slow down just to kind of get a breath. And she's like, did you finish? And I was like, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
And then she's like, how do you not know if you didn't come? And then when she said that, I got like really offended, but I got really upset. And I was like, fuck that, fuck you, I'm gonna go faster now. So
fuck you, I'm gonna go faster now.
So I started going
You
ham.
went ham.
Yeah, I was. And literally like 30 seconds later, I felt it.
When you know when the floodgates open.
Oh yeah, like the floodgates. Watergate, I got nothing on this scandal. And I finished, and it was just like, I don't think I made a sound or a face or anything, but in my head, well, in my head, I was like, fuck, this is how it feels. Now I know. This is it. And then like 5 seconds later, it was over.
Well, yeah,
So,
that orgasms are pleasurable but fleeting.
Well, I didn't know. This is my first time, fam.
Yeah, but you whacked it off. You've whacked off.
Whacking off and having sex and orgasming when you masturbate and having sex are two different feelings.
Two.
So we finish, and then I remember she got off, and I looked over at the clock. Oh shit, I forgot. Like 5 minutes.
I was gonna say, like, you're missing an integral part of the story.
I don't know, like 5 minutes before I finished, or maybe like 10. You know, we're just, you know, you're just going at it, and it's like, you know, you're preoccupied because like this feels great.
I'm gonna pre, dude.
What?
I'm gonna pre, dude.
You're gonna dude.
I'm
So
gonna
anyways, I look over.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna look for something. I think I misplaced something.
Well, I'm looking at her. She's looking at me, and it's all, you know, passionate. And then she turns her head, and she's on top, so she looks over to the left, and she goes,
there we go.
She goes, "Is that a camera?" And you know, I'm just going, and I stop and I look at her, and I look to the right to see where she was looking at, and I see this camera, like a webcam camera, pointed right at us. And I'm looking, you know, we're both looking at it. I'm already inside her. I'm still going, and I look at it, and I'm like, yeah, that's a camera. And she looks at me, and I look at her, and I'm like, we're literally having sex on your friend's couch, and we're halfway done. Let's just finish. There's no point of stopping because it's already been done. And she's like, okay. So then we just keep going. But now in the back of both of our heads, it's like, there's a fucking camera right there. Maybe it's filming us. Maybe it's on. I don't know. But there is a camera. And then I
The
finished.
NSA was watching, probably.
Well, then I finished, and, you know, I just said that. So then, you know, that's when I looked over at the clock, and I'm like, that's it. 19 years and 9 months, and that's it. And I look at the clock, and I'm like, oh, time of ejaculation, 6:36 a.m. Oh, fuck. And then
I love how you remember the little details like that.
Yeah, I was like, it was between 6:30 and 6:40. I know that. So I get up and I look down. I'm like, oh shit, I got a condom on. So I take the condom off and I'm standing there and I'm like,
what do I do with this?
I'm like, what do I do? So she walks over and grabs like paper towels and I just put it in and just hold it in my hand. And then we walk into Vanessa's room, and then we walk in. We're like, all right, we just did it now. She's like, what? And we're like, we just had sex right now on the couch. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she goes, wait, really? And we're like, yeah, there's also a camera out there. And she's like, what the fuck? So she gets up and runs out to her living
There's
room.
also a camera.
And then she looks at the camera, and then she's like, she's following the cord. She's like, is it plugged in? And I look over, and it wasn't plugged in. And I was like, oh, no, it wasn't plugged in. Thank God. She's just like, oh, thank God. I didn't want my mom seeing that you guys had sex on the couch, because I've had sex on the couch. And we were like, you know, we didn't plan for any of this.
It's like, wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so after that, you know, I looked at her, and not Vanessa, but I looked at Sam, and, you know, because it's like, what do you do?
You're just like, well, that was pleasant. See you later.
You shake hands and you call it a day.
You shake hands and you're like, we'll do lunch again sometime.
We'll do lunch. And when I mean do lunch, I mean do you. Anyways, so that was it. And then, you know, we kissed, and then I got in the car, and the first song I had on that came on was Go by Pearl Jam, the live version in Tokyo, Japan, 2003.
Fuck.
Bootleg number 13, I think. And I'm driving back, and the whole time I'm just like, that's it. I ain't a virgin anymore. I had sex with a girl. I came in her with a condom on, but I came in her, and I'm not a virgin anymore. So I drove back, and I usually, you know, I have music on. I usually get behind it, and I sing the guitar, or the lyrics, or the drums. I didn't do anything. I was just sitting there driving back. And it's 7 in the morning. And my dad texted me at like 6:30 30-ish.
He's like, hey, where are you?
Yeah, he's like, where are you? And I'm like, oh, I was getting some breakfast with some friends. And that actually is a valid excuse because,
It's 6 in the morning.
It's 6 in the morning and I am up. And he's like, okay. So I get back to the house, and when I'm around the corner, I'm like, oh shit, I still have this condom in my hand.
You've been holding it the entire time?
Yeah, I literally held on to the paper towels with the used condom inside it for the whole time. And I'm like, oh shit. So I just roll the window down and I throw it out the window.
Oh my god.
And I pull up in front of the house, and I'm like, I think to myself as I'm walking, I'm like, fuck, I just had sex. I'm not a virgin anymore, and I have to talk to my dad before I go to bed. What the hell? What do I do? What do I do? So I walk in, and I'm just like full on like method actor. I walk in, I'm like, hey, how's it going? And he goes, hey, so where were you at? And I was like, oh, I finished the route, and some friends were up early, so they asked if I want to get breakfast, so we hung out. I went back to their place, and then came back here, and he's like, all right, so you must be pretty tired. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty tired. Yeah. And he goes, all right, well, why don't you get some sleep? I'm like, yeah, I gotta get some sleep. I gotta go to work. And he's like, all right. So I go back inside, and I lay in bed, and I'm like, okay. Well.
Mission A fucking accomplished.
And I'm like, where was I 24 hours ago?
Where am I?
And I think I whacked it to the idea of me having sex literally like an hour beforehand. And I went to bed, and that was it. That was September 7th, 2015.
I remember what I was doing September 7th, 2015. Getting led on.
Well,
You're just like, well.
I was getting laid, but there's the story, and I really do have to say I think that's one of my better stories that
It's pretty good.
I have.
It's pretty good, man.
I mean, there's some other ones.
Before we end the podcast, though. Oh, we got to do a Korn and Kock rewind. Fuck.
Korn and Kock rewind. Play the clip.
Here's Kock. Woo! There it is.
Right. So we got... Today I wore my Baltimore Orioles hat. I think that was the first time I've worn this hat. And we started the podcast with the Trek by Primus sing-along. That sounded pretty cool. And we talked about hiking, new car, Ice Cube, and a Houston shout-out to the Astros.
Woo! World Series.
And
that's the thing that I have to edit first. Remember how I was like, future me beat me up for not knowing what the second thing was? Because the first thing was the picture of the car or whatever, and then the second thing was the Houston thing. It's like, yeah, woo.
Yeah, I got you, man. And after that, we did a little new Korn and Kock segment. Hopefully that
was funny.
We might do that a couple more times.
Don't worry, game night's gonna come one of these days.
Game night will come. When? I'll probably come before it does, but when I say that, I mean I am going to later tonight.
Yeah.
When game night comes, I don't know. I ain't gay, so I ain't about that life. And this podcast is brought to you by Countdown by Rush.
Okay, real quick before we end the podcast.
Yeah.
The whole thing about you like hiding the condom, like I have this one like hide the condom story that's probably like the weirdest thing that I've ever. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I think I know.
Okay, so I was having this thing with this chick, and we was doing it.
We was doing
at her house, and we finished, and she was like, "I'll get rid of the condom." I'm like, "Alright, sounds good." And she drove me back home because I was a pussy bitch and didn't have a car back then. But after that, like not even an hour passed, and like all of the other guys in the group were like, well, not every other guy, but like a handful of them, like Russell, Aaron, this guy named Mason. Eddie too, and they were all like, "Hey, we're going over to what's her face's house. You want to come with?" But like literally like 30 minutes after she dropped me off, and I kind of didn't want to, but at the same time I wanted to see my friend, so I was like, "Hey, fuck it, why not?" So we drove over to her house, and she had like a like Quick Trip big drink sitting right there on her counter.
Yeah.
And we were about to go out to like hang out at some mall or some bullshit, and Aaron goes over to pick up the drink, and he's like, "I'm thirsty," and the girl goes, "No, you don't want that," and I'm just like, and I was like, I want some of that shit. And she's like, no, you don't. And I was like, why? And then she kind of like opened the lid towards me, and I saw that she threw the fucking condom in there.
God, man.
And then I looked at it and I was like, yeah, no, throw that away. Throw that away.
Why the hell?
And everyone was like, why? It's like, it's just bad. And no one ever found out except right now. Holy fuck.
Except right now.
Aaron almost drank my jizz.
Oh.
That's so disgusting and juvenile, but it's also hilarious.
Oh, jeez. That's...
What a disgusting, vulgar way to end the Korn and Kock podcast.
I know. Talk about a vulgar display of power by Pantera.
Oh, you did it! You did it! All right.
We'll
We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out. Thanks for joining us with this episode.
We'll talk to you soon, fam.
Hopefully we won't be as tired since we probably won't have hiked a mountain.
Yeah, we'll be more energetic on the next one.
Goodbye, my friends.
Bye-bye.
I will see you on the other side. Goodbye.